Hello and welcome to Rainmaker's Roundup. I am your host, Mark Iorio, and today I have with me Jackie Gernaey. Jackie is the founder and CEO of SevenStar HR, and what a great story Jackie has to tell. I am so looking forward to this. Jackie, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Mark.
It's a pleasure to have you. You know, you and I spoke the other day, and the journey that you've taken from medical technician in your educational base to where you are today is fascinating, and I'd love to tell the story or hear your story so that we could share that with the audience.
Wow, so yes, I was running a microbiology laboratory in a 450-bed hospital when I decided I wasn't going to manage bacteria as my long-term career path. And I had interviewed for a job, not gotten it as a sales rep, and someone called me from another company and said had issued a complaint, and they said, "We don't have a sales rep," and I said, "You should hire me." So that, and they did. And that was the first step into the business world. Ended up being a sales manager, moving into marketing manager, and ultimately becoming the president of that $25 million, 200 employee company. And did that for a number of years. It was a division of a pharmaceutical company. For those who know, finances, they were requiring I have 22% income before tax. Nearly impossible. If you could get 5, and 10 is fantastic.
Yep.
But that's a pharmaceutical situation, and so I suggested they sell the company, worked with them to do that, and started coaching through the alternative board. I bought a franchise there, and 13 years ago, one of the clients of the franchise said to me, "Jackie, I know you're here to teach me how to fish, but when it comes to HR and hiring, I am not in any way interested in learning how or to be coached to do that. So please find those people, those fish, fry them up in the pan and feed them to me, because that's what I need." And that's the start of SevenStar HR and our branded service, Effective Hiring.
You know, you mentioned the alternative board, and so for a lot of people that do not understand what TAB is, just explain that, and then let's go into what SevenStar does for the distributors out there.
The alternative board is a peer advisory and coaching franchise, and what they do is put people in peer advisory boards, work with them like any board of directors to help increase profits, increase revenue, and improve efficiency. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing that. I still have a few boards that I coach. I've been doing it for 25 years. So that's the alternative board.
So there's a lot of opportunity there to help some of these organizations that are members of TAB, and what you found way back when was that this person came to you and said, "Look, I don't want to do any of this stuff. I really want help," which is how you started SevenStar. So SevenStar HR is a practice that is kind of unique. I think you have really set the stage in the in the HR world, I think, Jackie. So explain to the audience what you do, because it's a pretty remarkable business model.
So SevenStar is a full-service HR company, and we operate throughout the U.S. and Ontario, Canada. And what we do is about 50% of what we do is help in hiring. Not like a recruiter. We do not charge those fees. Our fee for a $100,000 person would probably be $9,000 instead of $25,000 to $35,000 that a recruiter would charge.
Sure.
And we also have we sell tools for small guys who are just starting out, maybe their first hire or only 5 employees. That even 9,000 sounds like hair on fire expense, right? So they can spend as little as $450 and get an applicant tracking system for a 3-month time period. And then the other 50% is consulting, and we do anything from project work, like creating an employee handbook, or doing job descriptions, or that kind of thing. If you just need, that's the basics that you really want to do to protect yourself. And up to on-site work 1 to 3 days a week for those people who are not big enough to hire a full-time HR person and utilize us for their HR. And so that's what SevenStar is all about.
Now, you're typically not going direct to the end user. You're going through consultants and coaches, correct?
That's correct. What we do is use trusted advisors, those people who want to help their clients and might want to bolt HR services onto what they are already doing and make some money doing that.
And so what is typical, or what is a typical profile of one of your we'll call them distributors look like, Jackie? Are they typically? Yeah, go ahead.
Channel partners typically are coaches, consultants, maybe fractional CFOs or COOs who are helping out clients. Occasionally it's someone who is working to help someone sell their business because they may need some of our services managing the people portion of the sale.
Yeah. So a typical onboarding for a channel partner would look like what? What process do you go through? Let's say I am one of your channel partners, and I am. What do you go through with a channel partner to kind of get them up to speed, to help them along in helping their clients?
So first of all, they sign an agreement with us, so all of that is taken care of. And once they do, then they go into our onboarding process automatically, getting some emails. We do have a partner portal on our website that they are given access to, and we have someone that whose name is David Parrish that we use to manage all of our partner relationships. So he will schedule a time, go through the partner portal, and then we'll constantly be calling them, asking what we could do to help, giving them marketing material, like simple things like the law has changed, you might want to send this out to your clients,
right?
Telling them that they might do that. We use something called an HR MRI assessment.
Yeah.
And It is a no-charge assessment, about somewhere between 50 and 150 questions based on the size that we give to our channel partners to give to their clients as well. So all regular marketing to the channel partners to keep touching them to remember us.
Yep. Jackie, what does the HR MRI provide to the client, the end client? When you go through those 50 or so questions, what's the output typically look like?
So they get a report with critical, major, and administrative issues that we have uncovered. And the HR MRI, maybe I should take a step back, covers compliance, best practices, and things that vendors would handle, like payroll and those kind of things that we don't do, but we want to make sure that they are aware of any issues with anything that touches an employee.
Yep.
And what we do then is we do a debrief with their client, acting as if we're part of their team. And then the client can do one of four things. Business owners sometimes don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Great, I know the risk, and I'm not doing anything about it. And that's okay. They can also get someone within their organization to try to fix whatever the issues are that came up. Or they could hire us, or they could hire someone else.
Yep.
So it's really a good tool. Generally, I think I've only had one time that they actually hired someone else, but for the most part, it's a great way to uncover what's going on, what the culture is, as well as big compliance issues that they should be aware of.
Yeah, it's pretty comprehensive. I've gone through it. David Parrish is a terrific person for client interact or channel partner interaction with SevenStar HR. So you've got quite a setup and quite a team there at SevenStar HR. Jackie, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back. We'll talk more to Jackie Gernaey after this message from our sponsor, who is the Kessler Foundation, always helping folks with disabilities live better lives. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Un ataque cerebral puede ser fácil de detectar. Su ser querido no logra hablar o quizás no puede moverse, pero existe otro síntoma de ataque cerebral que muchos de nosotros no vemos. Se llama negligencia espacial y puede ocurrir durante o después de un ataque cerebral, causando movimientos visuales distorsionados. Afortunadamente, existe una solución que utiliza tecnología óptica basada en prismas durante la rehabilitación. Si usted o su ser querido experimenta un ataque cerebral, pregúntele a su doctor sobre la negligencia espacial. Encuentre más información en kesslerfoundation.org.
Weeds. I have you surrounded. You just gonna stand there? Or are you gonna take your lawn back?
We're gonna take it back.
We're gonna take it back.
With Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action, it gets 3 jobs done at once. Kills weeds, prevents crabgrass, and keeps your lawn growing strong. Glorious!
No, no.
Get a bag of Scott's Triple Action today. It's guaranteed.
Feed your lawn.
And Doug.
Hey, man. Nice base. Clearly you're a safe driver. You could save hundreds for safe driving with Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance.
Welcome back to Rainmaker's Roundup. I'm your host, Mark Iorio. I've got Jackie Gernaey with me, and Jackie is amazing, I think. She is the founder and CEO of an organization called SevenStar HR. They're very unique business model where they go through channel partners to help them with all sorts of HR compliance issues and uncovering things, but also helping people in organizations understand the whole HR model. Jackie, right before the break, we were talking about how the HR MRI works and what you uncover, but you have such a broad variety of marketing materials that you help with channel partners. Can you share with us one of the proud moments that you've had with a client through a channel partner where you really help them kind of get out of a really murky situation and really turn the corner?
Well, we have one that we're actually still working in that's probably one of the most fabulous things. We had a channel partner who contacted us and said, hey, my client called me and they're going to be terminating their HR person because they have no idea what they're doing. They have nothing seems to be getting done, and we need your help.
Yeah.
So that means this happened to be this person was in Texas. We didn't have someone in Texas, so that means we use our process through effective hiring to find the right person, assessing them and doing all of that. And we had to do it quickly because this person was on their way out the door. We found a fabulous person and were able to put her on site within a 2-week time period. And they are so happy. They have no idea. They won't have us forever. We're going to be there to try to clean up the mess. They have hiring mess. They have unbelievable risks for not following the rules. Once we get things straightened out, they want us to tell them what type of person they should hire, and then we'll do the hiring for that person.
Wow. That is a great story. That's something where you feel like you're at your wit's end as a business leader. You don't know where to go, and the first reaction. We've all been there. I ran an 85-person company for years, and there's so many little cliques that occur inside organizations. You can't wait to get rid of certain people, and you just have to do it the right way. When it comes to the recruiting side of 7-Star HR, Jackie, are you? Is it just white collar workers, or do you recruit for blue collar workers as well?
People often ask me, what's your specialty, Jackie? And I say small business.
Yeah.
In the hiring, which means we hire shop floor level up to C level and
Wow.
anything in between, engineers, technicians, and for all sorts of different types of companies. I've got a great team that has been doing this for years, and I say that to the head of this team, she's a little crazy because she likes working almost 24/7 because you never know when the right person's going to show up in the applicant tracking system or through the LinkedIn searches that you're doing, or we use programmatic recruiting, which is a little different, and they may want to interview at 8 at night, because they're working. So.
Wow, that's great to hear. That really is interesting because that's quite a skill set to be able to do go from the shop floor all the way to the C level. Thinking back on your career path and the work that you did in the medical field and as a medical technician and beyond that, running a fairly large business as a division of a publicly traded pharmaceutical company, would you do anything different? Would you change anything?
I'm pretty decisive, so I think being in that pharmaceutical company, people were shocked that I said, sell the company.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to give you what you want. Sell that division. People went, why would you say that? Why wouldn't you, so I think there's really nothing that I would do differently. Now I have a work hard, play hard type mentality.
Yeah.
So for those who are aspiring, make sure you take care of yourself. That way you can go on forever if you want.
That's right.
And that's kind of where I am, Mark.
What do you like doing for fun? What's the Jackie Gernaey weekend look like?
Well, the weekend is grandkids.
Great.
But it might be, this year we've done quite a bit of traveling. I just got back from facilitating a peer board in Costa Rica. This group wanted to go to Costa Rica. I said, all right, I'll just stay extra time and vacation, right? So that was a combo. I've been to Phoenix. I took the grandkids and one family to Disneyland. So that was, quite a deal for them. I went with a friend to soak in the waters in Antigua. So travel is definitely one of the things I like to do. I like to garden. There's something zen about going out and getting everything there organized. I like that.
And this is such a beautiful time of year for that, isn't it, Jackie? It
is.
Right.
I love going out and looking, what's popped open
Today.
has changed
yesterday. And then to get the gardens all looking so pristine is such a great feeling. It's a great feeling of accomplishment when you look back and view the beauty in that garden. It's so true. Good for you.
Yeah.
Jackie, if you were to give a person who is coming up in, say, the HR consulting world or just in business generally, what advice do you give younger folks as they're kind of coming out of college and they're learning the trades and they're learning the business and learning how to run a business? What typical advice do you give them?
So, depends what level of company you're coming into. Understanding the customer and understanding how the business gets their customers, aka sales, I think is very important, because once you understand that, you can craft pretty much anything. You can set up a vision for what you want the company be, and then figure out how, through sales and marketing, you're going to get it there.
Yeah, that's great advice, because a lot of times, people craft a message without understanding. Understand first, right? With Covey said, he always said first to understand and then deliver on that promise, because if you don't do that, you really don't know what the customer's looking for. You're just shoving.
And also Michael Gerber, you got to not, read his books, because it's really helpful to understand. If you just decided, I'm going to be the president of this company, you have to understand that you are either the technician or you're going to be the entrepreneur. And sometimes people get caught up in that. I tell people I'm the only non-HR certified person in my company.
Yeah.
Why? Because I don't need to be. I've got technicians that can do that, and who are HR consultants by trade. So make sure that you craft what it is that you're going to do, and so you can focus on the big picture.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. What was Gerber's one of his books was the Business Myths or something, and I have it on my books.
E-Myth.
E-Myth.
And E-Myth Revisited.
Revisited.
Is what you want to
Yeah.
read. Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Thank you. You know, I look at you, and, you know, as I said, I've had multiple conversations with David Parrish. I've seen what you've built. I admire what you've done, and the model too, Jackie. I don't think there are too many 7-Star HR clones out there. I think you're pretty unique in the work that you do. So I look at that as inspiring. I see that you've cut your own path in life and in the business world, and I admire that. Where do you find your inspiration? Where does that come from?
Well, I've thought about this because you prepped me that you were going to ask me this question, and I really think, you know, I was raised by parents. My father was an entrepreneur, and he had no sons. And I was raised as to how to do business, anything from dealing with unions to how to be a good employee. And I would say that he was probably my greatest inspiration as to how to do the right things and be the right business owner. I saw him, he owned a very large bakery that operated 24/7, that baked for grocery stores and that kind of thing. So he'd go in at midnight, sometimes just to see what was going on that shift. So it's like, hey, you've got to be engaged.
Yeah.
You've got to work hard. You can play hard, which he did also, but you got to work hard.
That's great. What was his name, Jackie?
Don Stulp, S-T-U-L-P.
Well, Don, up in heaven, I think that the world now knows that you were quite an inspiration to Jackie. And Jackie, you've inspired a lot of people, including me. So thank you for joining us on Rainmakers Roundup. If you don't mind, tell everyone how to get in touch with you and the team at 7-Star HR, please.
Okay, so it's easy, 7starhr.com gets you to our website, and you can look me up on LinkedIn. If so, on LinkedIn I go by Jacqueline, ending in an L-Y-N. So you can look me up there and get a hold of me either of those two ways.
Wonderful. Jackie, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it very much. Folks, if you're out there, you're a consultant, you're in the world of HR, CFO, a coach, and you need support for your clients, check out 7-Star HR. They're a wonderful organization. That's a wrap for us here on Rainmakers Roundup. Thanks so much for joining. We'll see you next time.